You got new people coming on the joint, new people coming on doing the politics, which I get it. So what? What the fuck? We ain't nobody. But when you have people like Stephen A. That leave sports. Now you know he got a motherfucking new contract where he can blend in politics with his shit now. Which is what I thought he was doing. He putting his toes in the water when his bitch ass, when Stephen A. bitch ass was trying to talk about Biden all the time. Mm-hmm. So that was him putting his foot in the water. He didn't know what the fuck. He still don't know what the fuck he talking about. You can't tell me one human being will know everything about sports and everything about politics, bro. No. All you know is broad strokes of all of that shit. One motherfucker he don't study like that. Fuck that. He just run his mouth.
That's what that.
Stephen A. Smith is one of the worst black millionaires that represent black people on TV on planet Earth. Yeah. He is the wrong person to represent black people, and he gives off the impression that he does that because he talks so fast. You don't miss half of the shit he said to the end. And you're like, okay, I agree with that. You don't miss the shit you disagree with because he said it so damn fast. Like, I'm not even rewind that because I don't know what the fuck he said earlier. You know what I'm saying? God damn. But hold on. He goes on a joint with everybody know he got the podcast, which he has separate from the ESPN shit. Yes. Which is he got a contract now where his podcast will do full-blown politics.
And he do what he want on the podcast.
Now it's full-blown politics. He's getting $100 million to speak the politics shit. So that's where you have him bringing all these people on here. Now it's gonna be different. And what I'm telling you is, first he was putting his toes in the water, right? Yeah. Now he felt like he know where he at, right? Some reason he would not say a Republican. It won't come out your mouth. But everything come out your mouth is anti-Democrat. What is that?
Yeah, motherfucker.
He has a motherfucking interview with the worst bitch of them all representing black culture. Yeah. A bitch that has a motherfucking white husband, mixed kids, don't represent none of her kids as black. The bitch wish she was white.
All day long.
She is the worst. Candace Owens. Then he sits down with her. Have a motherfucker 25-minute fucking interview without no pushback on nothing. Zero things. But want me and him to think your bitch ass is a Democrat? Really, Stephen A? Is that really what you want us to do? At this point, we off the streets, but we've been doing this for 3 years now. That's a little longer than you, at this point. You just jumped into politics. You don't know the fuck you talking about at all at this point, bro. At all. So now you bring this bitch on here, and this is what he do the whole time, bro. Is feed her. What do you think of the motherfucking interview with him and Candace Owens?
Well, I think it was a piece of shit interviewing a piece of shit. Because he sit there and let her get away and say any fucking thing she wants. The shit that she said with no fucking pushback. Bruh, you always... Let me go back. Because you've been having one hell of a week and it didn't end up good for real. I don't know what he's getting for his podcast. I know ESPN just gave this motherfucker $100 million contract, $20 million a year to stay on ESPN. That podcast bullshit he do where he try to jump out there in the social issues and politics and shit. That's his shit. But bruh, stick to fucking sports. You let this woman come on there. First of all, just off the break, you let her disrespect the candidate that you allegedly supported during the campaign. Kept calling her
Kamala.
Kamala. She kept calling her Kamala.
She did, yeah.
You gave her no pushback. The things she said about George Floyd, you should have cussed her the fuck out. She should have been cussed out by some fucking body. Put it on a t-shirt. They don't put Clarence Thomas on a t-shirt or this one and that one. Okay. You sit there and let this woman just say all kind of motherfucking shit and use all kind of fucking code words. Hood rat, ghetto, all types of shit. No pushback. It's no, we're not going to use that type of words here. Blah blah blah. Them are loaded words or whatever. None of that. But you getting on you getting on First Take and you hooting and hollering at everybody else. We'll get to that in a second. About all types of shit. But you don't push back on this bitch on nothing. She motherfucking then he says that he starts throwing out code words himself. He did it in the beginning when he said, "What the left is spewing." When you get to a word like spewing, like you just spitting out bullshit and all this other shit. Come on, people who know what that word means, like me, I know the fuck the word is and what it means. We know what you're saying and we know what you're doing. And you defend and agree with half the shit. I ain't gonna say half, the majority of the shit she say. But you wanna act like you a voice for black people. Candace Owens is not a voice for anybody but her white handlers. That is it. When you brought up the shit about her and Kanye wearing the White Lives Matter t-shirts, she gave you some fucking bullshit story which you went along with. But you want the black population, black people, you want people to listen to you and to take you serious. How the fuck somebody gonna take you serious when you sit there and let this woman say all types of shit that you know is wrong, but you agree with it? And you know why you agree with it? Because as I said before, when motherfuckers reach a certain amount of motherfucking status, and especially a certain level in their bank account, that shit that they grew up on or that shit they taught before don't matter. Because it's about your wallet now. Especially when you was on the verge, you had this interview, and then the next day, you signed off on a $100 million contract with ESPN. Come on, dude. We know where you coming from. We know where you at. Don't gas us up and like you down for the cause and you down for the people. And then at the end of this joint, oh, yeah, she on point. She know what she talking about. She gonna be back on here. Nigga, if you was MAGA, say you MAGA. If you support MAGA, say it. Don't try to play both ends against the middle because you want to keep your audience on ESPN, keep getting that fucking money, and try to get that audience to come listen to you on your podcast. That's bullshit. And you know it. That's why you got leaned on by LeBron. And let's get one thing straight before I say anything else about that. I don't fuck with LeBron. I never had. Ever since he came in the league as a 17-year-old, I never liked the motherfucker. I respect him I respect his game. I respect him for when he steps up and he talks about social issues. But I don't have to like him to respect him. And yes, I do agree. If his son wasn't LeBron James Jr. and LeBron didn't have the stroke he had in the NBA, his son would not be playing for the Lakers now. But that's beside the point. That man came up there and leaned on you because you sit there for months. There wasn't no recent shit. For months and months and months. You talked about that boy like a dog. You talked about his father. You sit there and try to shame his father about him being in the NBA and he can't play and you doing your son wrong and all this whole other shit. It's your fault your son going through all this shit. What father would not be pissed off at you? You do it on a regular. You do it, Skip Bayless do it. It's a whole bunch of people do it. You ain't the only one, but you the loudest one. And that's why people always think you right, because you loud as hell. Just because you loud don't make you right. And that man came up there and linked on you. Then come to find out, because of it and other shit, a lot of NBA people, like Draymond Green, don't fuck with you because of the shit that's coming out your mouth. And you got a lot of people out here in the public that don't fuck with you now because of the shit that's coming out your mouth and what you're doing. Because you're trying to pull a Jedi mind trick. And you can do it on people who don't know no better. And can't see what the fuck you're doing. I can see what you're doing because I know better. You're trying to play both sides. And you're trying to play off of people's ignorance that they don't know what the fuck you talking about when you's a fucking maggot. I sit there and watch a whole interview. And then I watch afterwards when you sit there and trash Democrats. You tell her, oh, I'm center left. I'm center and I lean left. Then you trash the motherfuckers. Oh, y'all just say the same thing. Y'all just saying the same thing. Okay, that's an issue. Prices are too fucking high. When did prices go high? When did eggs go to the prices they went to at now? When this motherfucker got into office. Now that man that sit out there made you look like a bitch. You on ESPN crying. It was the father that said something to me. Bullshit. Come on, dude. You full of it. You getting out here, you using your platform to push whatever agenda you got. And it sounds like to me you pushing a MAGA agenda, but you trying to disguise it. If you MAGA, say you MAGA. Ain't no problem in it. Should be no fucking problem. Y'all won. So what you ashamed about? If you MAGA, be loud and proud about it. You, Snoop, Nelly, Rick Ross, Kanye, all you motherfuckers. Ice Cube. All y'all want to be MAGA without saying you MAGA. Like nobody don't see through that shit. Come on. I can see this shit without these glasses. If that's what you stand for, stand on it. That's why that man called you out like a bitch. Because you sit out there and you LeBron James this, LeBron James that. Okay. He could have called me. He should have slapped the shit out you like motherfucking Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. That's what he should have did. Come on, man. Y'all, I don't get it. You know, y'all fly the banner, y'all support the causes, and you can see. Come on, y'all sit there and talk about, you let her say shit about George Floyd and make George Floyd out to be a fucking criminal. Okay, ain't nobody condone whatever he got pulled over for, or the cops stopped him for. Nobody condoned him. Nobody condoned that. Just like the brother in New York that got choked out by the police for selling the cigarettes or whatever, selling illegal cigarettes illegally or whatever the fuck. Nobody condoned that. What the fuck we got a problem with? What we got a problem with is a motherfucker knelt on that man's neck for 9.5 minutes. That was the problem. And you sit there to make him out to be, let her make him out to be some kind of a criminal, like his life wasn't worth shit, no matter what the fuck he did. I don't give a fuck what they pulled him over for, what they pulled him up for. And I guarantee you, if he'd have went to court and found guilty, whatever the fuck he would have been charged with doesn't carry a death sentence. They held court in the street and gave him the fucking death sentence. He knelt on his fucking neck for 9 minutes, was 9 minutes and 40-some seconds, something like that. 9 minutes, 47 seconds, I believe. That was the problem. But you super black Stephen A., and you couldn't sit there and let this bitch say whatever the fuck she want about that man. Comparing, and then she say, no, this was on her shit. I'll get to that later. But you let this woman say anything, knowing she ain't never, ever tried to be black, stand up for black cause until she got fired. Was it last year? When she got fired and she tried to finagle an invitation to the cookout. She wanted to come back home. When Whitey said, bitch, be gone. And she was gone. And she wanted to come back. But you know what? As soon as the white man let her back, where was she at? She back doing the same shit she was doing. You want to compare George Floyd to fucking Clarence Thomas? Clarence Thomas ain't never did a motherfucking thing. Clarence Thomas, for black people, Clarence Thomas is the motherfucker that's spearheading taking away your fucking rights. All he is waiting for is a motherfucker to bring it to court so he can strike it down. That's all Clarence Thomas want to do. You want to talk about affirmative action? Clarence Thomas benefited from affirmative action for more than any fucking body. But he's a main motherfucker that tried to motherfucker get rid of it. Come on. Dude, you full of shit. I'm through with that son of a bitch.
Okay. That was a rant.
Of course.
That's like 10 different things. I don't even know where even to go.
Just dive in. Your feelings. How you feel about it?
So
that's how I feel about the motherfucker. And I ain't even get to everything.
Let's play
a moment, but I've actually met you before.
Okay.
And my ex-boyfriend many years ago. It was really more that the left lost. And it was a weird, it was very strange to watch Kamala run. I will say that because I think that the first thing I thought was that old school expression. It's
Stephen A. Smith Show, the one and only Candace Owens.
On camera, and then you gave me a high five, and it basically made our whole life, so you know.
Well, listen, I'm glad we have a fond memory together, but it's a pleasure meeting you. And just for the record, you are not in enemy territory, so I've got a lot of questions to ask you. But before I even get into all of that, I hear congratulations is in order, mother of 3.
Why would you start off by saying you're not in enemy territory? What is that about? Why even say
She's
that?
not in enemy
It's
territory.
unnecessary to even say that if you're supposed to be a Democrat.
He versus her and black versus white. But at the end of the day, people just weren't living well under the Biden regime. I call it a regime, but it gets down to how was I living? What were the gaps?
Regime. Another code word.
Gas prices, how expensive are groceries? Are you willing to try something different? And I think genuinely there's a fatigue that is setting in, that has set in, that was beginning to sort of percolate, of people that are just exhausted with being angry. Do you know what I mean? Like the media constantly selling, this guy's this guy's that, she's this, she's that. I think we're all just tired, and that's kind of a good thing.
Do you believe that Donald Trump won the election, or that the progressive left and their thought process, their policy, some of the things that they were spewing, it was more a product of them losing? That's what I've been saying. It wasn't about him winning. It was about America saying, nah, he's closer to normal than what the hell we're hearing over here.
He's closer to normal than what we're hearing over here.
So this whole interview, I'm trying to understand. First, Stephen A., I'm trying to understand, what is he? It's clear that he know, or he know where the most money in this politics game is. Just like I've been telling y'all, me and my man been telling y'all from the beginning, like, Republicans pay for their side to talk. You know what I'm saying? Democrats don't pay over here. So he's a money motherfucker. So if he feel like, if I'm gonna take my time out to be in this politics shit, whoop side will give me money. So he stuck his foot in it. And as he was going on, he felt like the more and more he talked bad about Biden, he was getting more views. And then when it switched to Kamala, long as he stayed talking about Biden and the Democrats, he stayed on the same view level. So now that the election is over, that's why he always whispered, even though I voted for him, or even though I'm not voting for him, or some shit like that, he say that, then go on for a 20-minute rant against the Democrat. So when you get around to election, now he's thinking, how can I keep the money flowing? There's no way in the fuck he is going to fully come out and say he's a Democrat. He's not even going to say that on it. He probably say some leaning shit in the middle, or some bullshit like that. Those are people right there that we don't need to recognize no more in this party. The Bernie Sanders, the people that don't want to say out their fucking mouth they're Democrat. That's how you know they full of shit. If they won't say it out their mouth, that motherfucker there is a squeamy, squirmy, redneck pig sympathizer. Period. You can't look away from that shit. If you're in between, you full of shit. Period. You got to be on sides. It's sides here. It's people fighting for racist, bigoted policies. It's people on the other side that don't want that to happen. What side are you on? It's just no other way around it. No wishy-washy, foggy lines with the motherfucking old-ass motherfucking Biden. Not Biden, the other motherfucker, Bernie Sanders, running around now, having these rallies. For fucking what? Your bitch ass been in the Congress for 50 years. You haven't passed one bill. You're not even a fucking Democrat. There's no need for nobody to even listen to you. We need Democrats to come on TV and say, and every time they bring you up and say he's not a Democrat. So move on. Next question. No. Like when they say shit and lead it with Bernie Sanders does this, Bernie Sanders says this, you say he's not a Democrat. Next question. Simple. He's not. Ask him. He has nothing to do with us. He is not a fucking Democrat. Stop messing him up with us. Period. Get him out of here. Don't talk to us about him. Okay. Leader Jeffries. Talk to him. Crockett. Talk to her. Fuck out of here.
All right, since you bring up Bernie, what have I been saying? Bernie is one of the loudest voices in the room. But when it comes to shit, when shit get fucked up or shit go bad, Bernie don't never get none of the blame. And Bernie ain't there to never take none of the blame. Bernie ain't there. Bernie will run his mouth, but Bernie ain't coming with a whole lot of solutions either. What Bernie doing now? Bernie is running around having these fucking big ass rallies, like the campaign's still going. Where was this shit 4 months ago, Bernie? Do you know that if the shit you was out there talking and you shit you doing right now, it was a close election. That could have helped turn the tide. Where was this, Bernie? Now Bernie can run around and say, well, I was saying this and I was doing this. I ain't got nothing. He basically absolving himself of any fucking blame for the state of the Democratic Party right now. Because when it suited him, he became a Democrat. When it didn't suit him, he didn't become a Democrat no more.
But
now don't be surprised if that motherfucker try to run as an independent in 2028.
But motherfucking Stephen A set it up, the question up, right? Mm-hmm. Was the way he said it was, I think the way the Democrats run their campaign, spewing the stuff they were spewing out, and went so far that most people looked at Donald, the orange demon, fuck Trump, as more normal than a Democrat. So right there, for him to even fix his mouth to say that dumb shit, let alone it's a question posed for this person, which is even dumber. But for him, someone is supposed to be a Democrat, supposed to be, to set up a question where the question itself beats up Democrats. Just the question you asking this bitch, where the bitch don't have to even elaborate on nothing you said because you took care of everything. But you yet want us two to believe your bitch ass is a Democrat? Come on, bruh. That's what I'm talking about these motherfuckers where, like, he set that question up for her. He did a lot of that this whole joint. And at the end of this joint, he had the nerve to come on the next day and say, oh, that wasn't what I was there for. I was just there to just hear and listen. I wasn't there to, I'm going to bring her back to go back and forth with stuff. That's what the bitch nigga said.
Okay.
And he gonna say, that wasn't the time for it. Only had 30 minutes with it. So I was just going to listen.
Okay.
Wait, what? What would they got to do with anything? You're not even making no sense. If you had a motherfucker on ESPN, you wouldn't say, you only got 20 minutes. I ain't going to say nothing harsh about you. No, motherfucker, you unload. So why when this bitch sit there, you going to sit there, I only got 30 minutes, so I ain't really want to ask no real tough questions. I wasn't going to push back because you didn't want to push back, you bitch, nigga. You agree with all the bullshit. Where's the pushback was going to be at? First of all, you let the bitch call her Kamala, whatever the fuck she said. And in your mind, you wanted to say something because you did your neck like that. So that told me in your mind, like, that's not right, but I'm going to let it go. That's what I know what you was doing. And I know I'm going to catch her the next time. When I have it, she going to be back. She said she was coming back. So that's when I'm going to come back with her. What? Who the fuck do that? He had the nerve to have 20 minutes to say that podcast wasn't for that. What you mean?
Then why did you have it?
Why would you let somebody just tell a fucking lie and you move on? Or you entice the lie your damn self. Like, what are you talking about?
Why would you sit there and co-sign that shit? First of all, she lied. The lies she told you co-signed. You let her just say anything she wants. You let her just fucking denigrate any and everything black. Then you sang her praise. Then you came back on and sang her praises and this, that, and the third. Yeah, she gonna be back. Y'all better listen to her. Y'all need to listen to her. Everybody need to listen to her because she's smart. She's smart as a tat and all this old other bullshit, bruh. That's what I mean. And I've been saying this for the longest time. These motherfuckers out here, these motherfucking celebrities, and motherfuckers like Stephen A. Y'all want to play both ends against the middle because y'all don't want to lose. Y'all don't want to lose them sponsorships. Y'all don't want to lose them endorsements. Y'all don't want to lose that money. That's all it's a fucking about. They don't give a fuck about black culture, the black community. They don't give a fuck about nothing but they motherfucking wallet. That's why motherfucker when it's inauguration time, Snoop went to sing his song along with Nelly and Rick Ross and so on and so forth. That's why they did it. They don't give a fuck. And people don't want to see that. You can't sit out here and when it's convenient and when the masses, with the people that look at you and the people you get money off of are mad, so now you're mad too. Last summer when everybody was mad and upset, you was mad too. You was upset. Like a motherfucker don't remember that. And you sit here and give her no pushback. I done seen you on that motherfucking show ever since it was you and Skip Bayless. You done got into knockdown, drag out fights. You the motherfucking, oh my God, the shit that you, damn, all types of motherfuckers. I remember when motherfucking Jalen Rose, this is when I knew the nigga was, I first figured the nigga wasn't shit. When Jalen Rose got into it with Skip, and he sat there, wouldn't say shit, but then he sided with Skip when Skip was wrong. He do that shit all the time. You try to play people, you try to keep the people that basically you blew up on, you try to keep them placated. You're not teaching them nothing. You're not motherfucking enhancing their thoughts. You're not doing nothing. All the fuck you doing is trying to keep getting paid, and you're keeping your people stupid and ignorant of facts that they should know at the same time. You ain't shit, bruh. You ain't shit for that. The fuck you got a podcast for? If the reason people got podcasts is because they can get on the podcast and say things and cover issues that you can't cover on network TV, on FCC airwaves. Just like he said the other day, Lebron said something to me that I can't repeat over FCC airwaves. That's just what you said yourself. So that's why you have a podcast. So if you want to slip up and throw some shit goddamn motherfuckers, whatever in there, you want to cover any topic you want. It's your platform. You can do it. Nobody can tell you shit. But with that comes a responsibility. A motherfucker can't, this is our platform. This is our shit. Motherfucker can't walk in that door right now and say no any motherfucking thing. And if you don't believe us, you can go back and check every motherfucking guest that been on here. They tried to say anything and find out what happened to them. My man right here, they tore into several people's asses just for saying some shit that wasn't true, that wasn't factual, or they tried to twist facts. That's what you got your podcast for. If you want to be Joe Rogan, be Joe Rogan. If you want to be Joe Rogan and have a podcast that's geared to promoting the right and MAGA and what they stand for, then do that. But don't tell us, motherfuckers, don't tell us that you stand with us. You understand you understand what we're going through. You feel what we're going through. You feel our pain, and then you let a motherfucker come on and say and do whatever the fuck they want with no feedback, with no pushback at all. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That motherfucker, the thing about him and LeBron is odd because even though I don't fuck with LeBron, it's like, bro, you're a motherfucking 6'10", 270-pound motherfucking athlete. This nigga is a 60-year-old man that fucking talk for a living. What would you get out of jumping in his face? I don't give a fuck who Stephen A. anybody. Like, what the fuck is that? That just sounds dumb to do that. What do you expect Stephen A. to do? Do what? Like, that's some dumb shit. But on the flip side, Stephen A. got to watch how he talk. That's why Kwame Brown don't like him. Yeah. Kwame Brown will fuck him up if he run into him. That might get worse if that was Kwame Brown instead of LeBron, to be honest with you. That's why he was so mad, because he was young at the time, about the same age as motherfucking main man, matter of fact. And he ragged that motherfucker every day in the mornings. And he felt like that fucked his money up in the long run. Yeah. Which, hell yeah, it did. Yeah, can't nobody deny that. Like, what the fuck? And it's going to eventually fuck LeBron's son up from prospering from, even if he's not good enough to make a team, it's going to push him down, make it harder for him to prosper beyond LeBron. You understand what I'm saying? Like, LeBron retired next year. He wanted his son at least have a chance in the NBA. But if Stephen A. keep going the way he's going, that is going to be some shit. He's going to be in the G League, whatever the fuck, forever. Yeah. Nobody give him a chance because it's just the narrative, the same thing, narrative. He said a narrative on somebody, and that'd be it. He said a narrative on Kwame Brown, small hands. That's the narrative on Kwame Brown for the rest of his career. Yeah. That's just crazy. And the fact that he don't get his power and what he's saying, he on TV 3-4 hours in the morning every day. You got to understand that is a lot. And then for a black person to have that much of airwaves on national TV, you got to use it better than you using it, bro.
I think this is what got to LeBron. LeBron been with over 20 years in the NBA now. LeBron been scrutinized every which way possible. And he took it. He had no choice. He had to take it. You know, about him not being clutch. He ain't got Kobe's mentality. He ain't Jordan. He ain't this one. He ain't that one. He does this. He been scrutinized on all types of shit. You know, he's stand up on social issues. They tell him, you know, y'all need to just shut up and dribble. So he didn't took that. But I think him coming after his, or I ain't gonna say coming after, well, fucking, I guess he might feel as them coming after his son the way they have, man. He took that in a different way. Especially, like you're saying, if he wasn't LeBron James' son, they would have told him to go ahead and stay in college another year. Get your game up, get your game together. You ain't ready for this. But LeBron made it clear. He said it. I want to play with my son. And the Lakers wanted to make him happy. They made him happy. They drafted his son. He was a second-round draft pick. It wasn't like he was the first-round draft pick or nothing. He was, they brought him on there. They gave, chance to play with your son. Send him down to the G League. Bring him up, whatever, and doing home games. He get on the court. Okay. I think he feels, though, I know he got to feel, some of the shit that his son is going through, that Bronny going through, that he's responsible for it. That if he wasn't his father, he wouldn't be going through some of the shit he going through. And you can look at some of the shit they doing with Dion's kids. They doing it with Shador now. Talking about he's arrogant and he's brash and all this old other shit. Look who the fuck his father is. His father the most arrogant, brash motherfucker ever. You didn't think that didn't rub off on his son, but now with being as though, I think he feels some responsibility. I know he's got to feel some responsibility for Bronny going through what Bronny going through. And then you got motherfuckers with Stephen A out there. Yeah, if that wasn't your son, he wouldn't be in the NBA and all this whole other shit. Okay, boom. That's a known fact. Everybody think about that. Everybody already think that way. But he's there. You ain't got to keep on going with the shit every time you get on the air. Every time you talk about, name what second round pick in the NBA right now that they talk about the way they talk about Bron.
It's the only thing about that is it's like LeBron won a lot of things and a lot of things. It's like,
True.
Bro, you can't. Like, for example, $1 billion ain't free. This nigga's a billionaire, bro.
He sure is.
It's not. You can't just be a billionaire and no scrutiny is coming to you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who you are. You ain't got to be basketball. It's like, bro, basketball, you actually get scrutinized. If you can't dribble, you miss your free throw. It's a lot of things scrutinizing motherfucker on a daily basis on basketball. So you bring your kid in a joint instead of him just let the motherfucker, like, you go to a swimming pool and just let your kid go swim. You've been showing them and showing them and showing them. Now you looking at the say, just fuck it. Go ahead and go now. And I'm just going to sit here scared as fuck while I'm ready to jump in. But you looking like, okay, you swimming. Mm-hmm. It's like he don't want to try that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want no chance of him getting away from him. He holding on to the little boy boat. Mm-hmm. And that's not going to work in the NBA, bro. No. You went a path by yourself. You ain't had no fucking father over you doing all that bullshit. Like, come on, bro. Like, play basketball. You took it on the chin. You was younger than him. So why him? And that tells me two things. His little ass is going through it. Mentally or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And it's bleeding into whoever he hanging around with, whoever he going around. It's turning into something where it's making him don't want to either like basketball no more or figure this ain't for him type shit. It's that's what's going on now in the household. Yeah. For him, LeBron James, to all of a sudden jump up in the middle of a Lakers game and jump in front of Stephen fucking A, bro. Like, and I can understand Steve A standing there like, huh? I probably believe him saying, man, I'm standing like, huh? What? I get that because it was like out the blue. Like, what would make you think LeBron would all of a sudden be mad at you? You feel me? Mm-hmm. This nigga just be playing all the time. I'm talking all the time. Now, all of a sudden, he walks up to me, 6'10". I got to look up like this, and he mad as shit with a big-ass beard in my mouth. I'm like, oh, hell no. Nah. Whatever it is, LeBron, okay, cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? I'm 60. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. At some point.
You keep your 60-year-old mouth shut.
Some point, he ain't saying LeBron James' son is a dumbass. LeBron James' son is a goofball. LeBron James' son can't get no pussy. He ain't doing this basketball-related shit. He's a fucking bum. And he always called people bums. Yes or no? Him and Skip.
All the time.
So we can't just stop LeBron's son. And I can't believe I'm defending this dumb fuck.
No,
it is what it is. It's what he always done.
Yeah. I just think
you can't. LeBron right now is making more emotional feelings into the basketball games, then he should. If you want to put your son in it, let him the fuck go. That's it. Whatever scrutiny get, that's what basketball players get. Ask motherfucker, a man in Baltimore for the Baltimore Ravens. He can't win for shit. He win MVPs and motherfuckers won't sign him. So come on, bro.
Well, I think it's this. A lot of it is a father trying to protect his son. And his father got to protect his son because of him, for one. It's a lot of blame to go around